So here's the deal. This is the reality of what I'm dealing with right now. And those of you who don't know, well, now you know. So my mom and dad worked their whole life very hard to give my brother and I a better life, so we could see things other kids couldn't see in a nice place in the country. And now that they're both dead, after suffering for many years from cancer and a lot of pain, and going through what can only be described as a living hell financially and emotionally, as they watch both of their sons go through the legal system and be treated not only unfairly, but to the point where it impacted our family more than just financially. And over the years, so talking over 2 decades, my brother and I have been at odds, and he's more or less been estranged from my father now for, gosh, it must be like a decade. And we tried over the last 10 years to patch things up and be friends, and my father wanted nothing more for us than to share the house. And we should be sharing the house, not allowing the county to forcibly sell it, as is what's happening now. And I've been hoping and praying to God that my brother realizes the best thing to do is for us to share the house. Now, my dad left it in my name, not to spite my brother, but because I was the most responsible one financially and in a better place and interested in keeping the house. It's been explained in no uncertain terms that even if fair market value were paid for the house, which is more than what it's appraised for at $240K, owing $225 on the mortgage just makes it absolutely ridiculous and nonsensical to sell a house, even if it's sold for $250, because there's no equity. The commission, the finance commissioner, and the judge explained that. We both end up with nothing, and now there's going to be a big bill for the storage and the move as well. And my brother's response was, well, I just want to see him out of there. So it was a childish and immature decision to see me forcibly evicted. That's what's going to happen now soon, because I'm going to have to pay for the storage as I have the maintenance in the house and leave there, and basically watch as the county sells it and essentially steals our inheritance. My mom and dad left us that house and the art, and it was my responsibility and interest to make sure that there's some sales and proceeds from that, and the business has been put on hold and halted. And that house was to ensure Andreas and I had a passive income, like a retirement, where we could rent it out. And if either one of us couldn't get along in that small little house with 1 bathroom on 1.25 acres of property, we could very well expand it. And that was the plan. I had discussed this with my mother and father because they were tired of seeing both of us struggle. Didn't necessarily even have to live in that same area, and I know that there's a lot of painful memories there for my brother. There's some painful memories there for me too, but